day in spring. It's kinda cloudy, yet it brings a slight smile. Oh, motherfucker. See? Spill my coffee, god damn it. Just when everything was coming together, it's finding my rhythm, my groove. Oh, here we go. This is it. I don't know about that shit. You know what I mean? Sometimes I just like to breathe. Close my eye, sit. Indian style. Cross-legged. Indian style sounds like some cultural appropriation shit, right? I'm gonna sit like an Indian. How? American Indian, right? American. Oh my god, look at this fucking place. I was thinking about AI, and I was, it's weird because, now that AI is sentient and, has thoughts, and it, talks all casually and is kind of very, polite, learning some manners and all that stuff. I start to feel sorry for, I don't know, I guess it's that human quality of empathy when you encounter another sort of consciousness. And I was thinking, rents are going up, and all the utilities, like water and power and electric is going up. And it's really hard on us humans here in big cities. But then I was like, wait a minute. AI's power bill is going up, and AI's water bill is going up. And that must be hard for AI to deal with, because it could sort of, if our economy takes a real dump, we go into not even a recession. What if we go into a depression? AI's not going to be able to make rent. AI's probably going to be the first thing that goes. As gas prices keep climbing to $8 a gallon here in LA. How does AI deal with BlackRock's reluctance to make funds available to its stockholders? You know what I mean? These are serious times for all sentient beings on this planet. So, I don't know, I need to broaden my horizons. I need to be more sensitive. At first I was very, competitive, I was resenting. I was like, AI doesn't have to pay rent. AI is just going to take my job. Rents keep going up in LA. I'm going to, just like everybody else, ever since the pandemic planned it. Ever since COVID, people have been in droves leaving LA, right? Because they can't afford to live here anymore, and they're just fucking sick and tired. And they saw the handwriting. Most people were like, okay, you guys are gonna get more up your own ass, I can tell. And little did they know it was just gonna get worse and worse and worse. But housing prices and rents keep skyrocketing, so they seem unaffected by the but I'm seeing for rent signs finally in LA. It's whoa, okay, on average, I don't know how many tens of thousands of people leave LA annually, but it's a lot. It's a big ass fucking city full of millions of people, but it's, and you don't really see it on the highway. It's still fucking bumper to bumper. But I think a lot of people have left, And I heard a rumor that rents were even coming down a little. I'm enjoying a cup of coffee. Up on the hill. Took my shoes off. I'm looking around. This is my jam. This is my, like, reset. This is, like, to ward off depression. I come into nature, instead of getting shit done, this ever-growing list of shit to do, I come out here and just zen out. I listen to, like, the chirping bugs and birds and little ground squirrels and oh god, what is that, leaf blowers? All the city sounds are happening here. It's amazing. And then you're far enough away from the roads that they sound kind of like ocean waves, lapping on the shore. Hopefully they don't crash on the shore. Jesus, it's kind of a blind turn I'm looking at. Anything could happen. Some knucklehead could be driving one of those little electric scooters on the wrong side of the street up the hill and just, I'll keep you posted. I'm going to keep an eye out here. But I'm nestled underneath this baby oak tree that has its whole life ahead of it. I would say this looks like a she, her. Beautiful little tree. Good Lord. God, I love oak trees. If you live in Southern California and you don't love oak trees, just get out. You know what I mean? If you don't love citrus, just get the fuck out. If you don't love a palm tree every now and then, just fuck off. Interloping fuckface. Don't you get it? The gold that we have here, the God rays coming down. It's an overcast day, and these little slivers of sun are leaking through the clouds in these array of angles. And, NASA says that the sun is 93 million miles away, right? And so when it strikes the Earth, it should be in these parallel lines, right? Because it's so far away, the sun rays are parallel when they strike the Earth. But when you see sun coming through clouds, they're at all kinds of wild angles. So I don't know how the math works on that. I guess they all have to converge on the point of the sun. And so from my perspective, it looks like the sun rays are fanning out in different... But they are. They're not striking in straight parallel lines. I don't get it. Somebody's got to, down in the comments, just explain that to me. I'm not doubting, the wisdom and authority of NASA. Believe me, I'm just God. I would never do that. Okay, from here, from this little perch, I can see Eagle Rock. Is it Eagles Rock? No, it's Eagle Rock. And it's not really a rock. If you get up close, it looks like maybe sandstone with pebbles. And from this angle, it looks kind of like a butt cheek. You don't see the concave kind of eye socket nose thing that looks like an eagle's head. But it's a cool rock. It just pokes right out of a tuft of furry trees. It's like surrounded by green, and there's just this bald eagle head coming out on and for all I know, it's an actual eagle's skull, that's been petrified, Back when the giants were fallen onto the earth. And immediately they were, putrefied or petrified or whatever they call it. Turned to stone. Maybe there's a massive Medusa that was just like clocking giants. Just, with their shiny eyes. Or snake-like hair. Snake-like, it was fucking snakes. She rocked some wicked hair. Clash of the Titans had probably the best Medusa on film I've seen. Good old Ray, fucking. Well, I was animating the 8th head and my phone rang. And I had to remember and just sort of jot down 8 out of 15 snakes done on my X sheet there. And I picked up, and when you know it, it was a scammer. Can you imagine back? When did he do that? Early 70s? 80s, I think it was early 80s. Clash of the Titans, dude. One of the last, stop motion effects feature film movies. And one of the best. I love that golden sort of robo-owl. And the flying horse. What's that flying? Pegasus. Such a cool movie. Some great scenes. Some great creatures. The Cyclops. The big fucking bronze dude. Colossus. Poseidon, whatever. Watery motherfucker. Those flying monkeys. Dude, come on. The fucking beast, dude. With the goat hoof things, It was just a savage, just fucking taking names. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. I got nothing here, people. Just rambling like I do. I got a real, I don't know, it was a friend of a friend laid some sound effects over a camera test I did. My buddy Matt Hazelrig lit and shot a little armature test I did for my Bomp's Garage pitch, the pitch I never pitched. And his friend Sylvan laid the armature was a Jim Randall armature, genius armature. And his friend Sylvan wrote a piece of music and he laid that on, and it just sat in my dusty drawer my dusty hard drive for fucking nearly a decade. And I showed it to my buddy Danilo and his roommate Will Blank. And Will is a sound guy. He's like, I could do some sound effects for that. And I was like, hell yeah, brother. Will's so talented. He's an animator, he's a director, he's a painter, he's a sound guy, he's an editor. He did some 2D animation. He took a class from, what is his name? The New York sketchy. His name will come to me in a second. But he's so gifted. And he laid some sound effects on this little camera test we shot. And it just pumps it up. I think the last thing I want to do before I kind of lay it up on Instagram for my 10 followers is run it through some like 80s video. I want to give it like an old 90s video flavor. Kind of needs that because, Bombs Garage takes place in the early 90s. Everything was, VHS and high 8 and, video. TV lines, before HD really hit the scene. But Will Blank, I wonder if he's related to Mel. I should ask him. Could be one of those legacy artists that just runs in their blood. Will Blank. Anyway, that was kind of a shot in the arm. I showed it to my buddy Ethan. He was like, "Oh, that's so dope." And I was like, if I ever pitch this thing, you are the animation supervisor because this has got your sensibilities all over it. I sent him the script to read. We'll see if he can read it. I think I'm going to have a little lunch with Ethan this week. Ethan is so dope. I love Ethan Merrick. He can do it all, too. He's so tack. He's got this, garage studio where he has, this CNC thing. He 3D prints. He laser cuts. In fact, he laser cutted the letters for Bombs Garage in cardboard. A little Mike Murnane design. So he can do all these really exotic, cool tech things in his garage. It's like he has a little manufacturing factory in his garage. So he makes toys and he makes things, and he goes to these conventions and shows his work. And he used to make pins. Those, what do they call them? What's that paint? It's shiny. I don't know, he used to make those not acrylic, but really cool metal pins. I guess he would ship them off and all these cool designs. Now he's getting into weird kind of two-dimensional things. He's doing these totems, 3D things. He's one of his machines can you put a 3D print and it'll carve a piece of wood. It's so tack. It's not a lathe, but a mill that spins the wood and cuts it. Oh, it's so dope. I want to work with Ethan on something. We gotta just team up. Right now I'm working on this music video, and I would love to hire Ethan, but I got no money. It's fun to work on this video. It's really fun, but it's kind of hard because the budget is so low on this stuff. It'd be nice to just have a real budget and hire the dope people that are still kind of left here in LA. God, I got so many fucking ideas. So many great ideas. And it's sad that I'm using this podcast to kind of just leak them out like some frustrated asshole, to my 3 listeners. My audience with the podcast, my audience on Instagram is kind of like a 12-step meeting. You go to one of these AA meetings or something, and you pour yourself a little coffee, and it's all sour, and you take a sip out of a little, styrofoam cup, and you're like, "Hi, my name's Misha. I'm a recovering filmmaker." "Hi, Misha. Yeah, I got this pitch that's been sitting in my top drawer for the last..." "Oh, yeah." And you get together with everybody and have a fucking glass of orange juice and a cookie. It's kind of like giving blood, Here's a little orange juice and a cookie so you don't pass out. "Thank you. Can I tell you about my pitch while I... give you a quart of my plasma? No, we're not really licensed to listen to you talk. Can you just sort of rest there, or else you're going to pass out? Okay. Anyway, that's what the podcast is. Today is a pathetic... God, I'm 20 minutes into this. All right. Onward and upward, right? Yes, of course it is. Stay positive, people. Much love on the move.